micromanaged by the station, and our hosts are free to speak their minds however they please. As such, the views and opinions expressed on our station are of those who make them. If you happen to hear anything offensive on TFR, please send us an email to toughtitty@tfrlive.com, and we'll be happy to tell you that we really don't give a damn. We stand for freedom of speech and non-censorship. If you also stand for free speech, you can go to tfrlive.com/signup and sign up for a TFR supporter pass and help us in our mission to keep the airwaves uncensored and unregulated. TFR Live, your uncensored and unregulated protection from deception.
Impeachment probe, leaving Syria. I'm Ann Cates. President Trump is calling on Republicans to band together and push back against the impeachment process, which may end up taking longer than what House Democrats first envisioned. Correspondent Manu Raju.
There was a hope that this could be done by Thanksgiving, but more and more Democrats are saying it looks like it could slip past Thanksgiving, potentially up until Christmas. It really depends on what else they glean from these closed-door depositions. What I'm hearing from a number of Democrats is that because of these depositions, more leads have emerged that have forced them to chase down more information. They've had to schedule more witness interviews, seek more records, and some witness interviews have been rescheduled.
U.S. forces continue their departure from Syria. Correspondent Barbara Starr.
A convoy of U.S. troops leaving northern Syria pelted with vegetables by protesting Kurds. And unprecedented language for an American commander-in-chief.
It'd be much easier for me to let our soldiers be there, let them continue to die.
Instead, a possible expanded role for some U.S. troops that are staying behind in Syria for the next several weeks.
Parts of Texas are cleaning up from severe storms.
Jackhammers and chainsaws hard at work as repairs begin in and around Dallas. The National Weather Service confirming an EF3 tornado touched down near Dallas Love Field Airport. In some areas, devastation.
Down trees. Parts of the house are gone. I mean, it's cars upside down. Definitely a bad tornado damage.
Governor Abbott's disaster declaration makes state resources available to local officials and allows utilities to bring in out-of-state resources. Clayton Neville, Dallas.
Wall Street gained ground today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed up 57 points. The S&P 500 up 21. The Nasdaq up by 73 points. I'm Ann Cates.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
We are TFR. TFR.
Truth Frequency Freaky Radio.
Astronauts to the moon.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Not to get off track here, but I feel like we're in the Truman Show and we're in a snow globe and they just shook it up.
Welcome to reality.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jeranism Monday Night Raw, your current reigning and defending number one show on Truth Frequency Radio on Monday nights. And that is from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific and 9 to 11 Eastern. I'm your host, Jeran from Jeranism. And joining me, as he always does, the man with the plan, David Weiss. David, what's going on, my friend?
Hey, man, how's it going?
Oh, so good. It's so good. You know, I was thinking, though, today that has it really been a year since I've seen your face in person? Because it seems like 10 minutes.
You know, I was at the it's funny you should say that. And are you missing my face?
No, that's what I'm saying, is I feel like I've seen it too. Yeah. I don't want to see it anymore. And I just was thinking we're less than a month away from bumping heads again. But it should be fun.
So I went to the Crow event, as you know, and there was maybe 100 people there. And I'd say half of them recognized me by sight. But I was in the elevator coming back up from lunch, and I was talking to one person, and two people in the elevator go, "I know that voice. I love that voice." And I'm like, what is wrong with flat earthers?
Nothing's wrong with flat earthers. Come on.
What is they love my voice. Apparently I have an accent. So
well, that's the reason I liked the beginning. I remember way back on the Ball Earth Skeptic show, right? Is that the name of it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only reason I listened was for your dulcet tones.
Oh, are you kidding me?
No, it was great. Then I met you. I'm like, oh man, that's it. It's kind of a letdown. But no. So yeah, tell everybody what David is talking about is, of course, yesterday we'll start there. We had some fun events across the plane. Of course, David attended the Shoot the Moon NYC. And was that the first time you met Crow and Jason?
First time and in person, yep.
Yeah. Well, I know you've met them over the intranets.
Yeah, so it was good. They had a couple speakers there. They had Mark Devlin did his stuff on the music industry. Phenomenal presentation. And then Roy McCroy, or I forget the guy's name, but he's been on Crow a lot, talking about autism and transhumanism. It was very in depth, hard hitting stuff, and a day of turning your mind into gravy.
Awesome. We got to love the gravy. We just got a super chat from Rhino. Thank you very much, Rhino. He says, looking forward to Dallas. Keep crushing. Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah, a lot of people have the hiccups. A lot of people at the conference, and at the Crow thing, are coming to the conference. Like I asked people, like, are you coming to the conference? They're like, hell yeah. I'm like, you are? Awesome. So it's going to be. I
do see in the
chat,
chat,
of people.
Joe Mama.
What's that?
I said in the chat, Joe Mama pointed out that nasally Jewy voices always have a soothing effect on him. So, just in case you want to know why everybody loves your voice so much.
Wait, did you hear? I've been talking to Joe Mama. He's not much different.
No?
No.
It sounds the same. Great. And Karen B had her event. And I don't know if you've had a chance to watch much of it. I watched the opening presentation by Mark. I watched the Bob's presentation, and then we had to get into Globebusters. So
how was Mark's opening presentation compared to his awesome book?
Now, you haven't sent me that yet. You were supposed to. You dropped
on me sending you the book for E-Fray.
Somebody was supposed to pass it along to me, and they forgot to. So I have not.
But for those of you that haven't heard, Mark's new book, there's an audio version. I listened to it. I'm like, okay, it's not going to be anything new. Mark's good. I've been hearing Mark's stuff for years. Mark hit it out of the ballpark with the writing and the narration. It was 10 on both scales.
Awesome.
I love it. I listened to it twice.
Well, I thought his presentation was very good. Better than
10 minutes into his book, you can't turn it off.
Yeah, that's what you told me. Or that's what somebody told me who was supposed to pass it along. So I'll get that eventually, and then I'll be able to have some comments on it. But for now, not much. We just got a chat from Celebrate Truth. That is Robbie Davidson. Everyone gets a free copy of Mark's book at FE 2019. Did you know that? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a book in his...
Well, everyone gets a free signed copy. I was wondering if I can get one not signed.
I'm sure you could request that.
Might be extra. It's kind of like not having a smart meter on your house. When they're putting smart meters on, it costs extra.
Oh, I know. I had to pay that $5 a month. It's fun. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Will Mark read it to me is the question. I know I get the book for free, but I want it read to me. You know what?
If you're coming to the conference, you're getting a physical copy, and it's nice to have books on the shelf, even if you're not going to read it for a while. So instead of buying the book, buy the audio book. Pop it on your phone. Listen while you're driving. You listen while other people are in the car. You got them trapped in your car for a ride. Throw the book on. They'll love it. They'll be like, "What is this?" Like, I don't know. I'm listening to this book. And
I love Flat Earth Clues. So I mean,
it's better than Flat Earth Clues.
What?
It's better.
That's crazy talk.
He tells a story, presents a case, convinces you. It's funny, and his buttery voice is just ridiculous.
I can't wait. Is there a lot of buts or no?
It's
or not.
I couldn't find anything wrong with it, but then again, when I put up a video, I can't find any spelling mistakes, and there's 50.
Right. Or you send it to me and say, "What do you think of this video?" And you
I no longer publish my stuff before I send it. I send it to some people, and then I wait a couple days.
Just to make sure you don't call the International Space Station the shuttle or the International Shuttle or something. I have to correct you on that one. That was pretty funny.
International Space Shuttle blimp.
Right. And I was like, wait, but you're showing the shuttle. Don't you mean just the shuttle blimp? And you're like, oh, yeah, I'll change that. That was great, though. No, you put out some good videos. And also, I wanted to ask. Oh, go ahead. Did I stomp on you?
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that last week we talked, and you had talked about just being on with Tinfoil Hat, but it had not aired yet, and then I believe it was posted on Tuesday. How has been the response to that?
That one's crazy. It's already his number 2 most viewed video.
I don't doubt it.
The number 1 is Eddie Bravo talking about Flat Earth. So everybody loves Flat Earth.
Dying. Flat Earth is dying.
Flat Earth is dying. It's over. We've got nothing.
Going away.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I got another book in the mail this week. Well, I got a few, but one of them is The Elusive Curve. I know you got it as well, right? You're putting it on your shelf eventually.
Who wrote that?
That's by Billy Zig. I don't think that's his last name. I think it's something else, but it kind of starts with Zig. But it says The Elusive Curve by Billy Zig. I have that to read. I still have the other book to read by Douglas Falk because I've never been a big fan of fiction. So I've got to read it because I know there's a lot of flat Earth in there and stuff, but it is a fiction story, right?
Yeah.
Zayla Raiden
Beautifully
super chat.
Nice cover.
Wait, did I just see a text? No. Oh, thank you. I was like, what's that text? Yeah, it's got a nice cover. I love the cover. Let me see. I'll read the back real quick. It says, considered an expert by his peers after successfully selling his cutting-edge patented technology, Max was suddenly free from the daily grind, but his lifestyle and reality were about to be rocked by a single notion that would go against modern-day science and a concept that he had never in his wildest dreams considered. Max still recalls the day when he first heard those 2 words string together, which, unbeknownst to him at the time, would change his life forever. And although the revelation initially triggered wild emotions beyond his control, Max soon came to the realization that the world around him was not exactly what he thought. Max Carter wanted to make a difference because it was about time someone made a positive change in this world. So Max, with his ambitious and somewhat crazy plan, decided to lead the way. And of course, we all know what those 2 words he strung together are, because we hear them every day.
So it sounds like nonfiction to me.
Yeah, that's why I have to read it. But I think it is a fiction story with lots of nonfiction in it, or at least, flat Earth facts. And each chapter opens with one of these things, one of these little facts or tidbits. So I'm looking forward to reading it. I think it's kind of along the same lines as Douglas Falk's book, The Voyage. So I've got that to read. Also, I wanted to say a big thank you out there to Kelly. I don't know if he's listening, but he sent me a very kind donation to my P.O. Box, which you're welcome to do if you want. That is Jeranism at P.O. Box 3044, Merced, California 95344. And he also sent me a letter, and we had a great conversation this week. I called him. He mentioned a few books that are extremely eye-opening. I can't wait to receive it. I already ordered it. It's a book by Andrew Lobazewski. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right at all, but it's called Political Ponerology, A Science on the Nature of Evil Adjusted for Political Purposes. And he actually made that word, not Kelly, but the author of the book, ponerology, which is the study of evil. So basically the whole book is a study on evil and psychopaths, and Kelly thinks that it explains a lot about what is going on with not only our political leaders, but NASA, scientists, astronauts, and so much more. So thank you again, Kelly, and more to come on that after I read and finish that book. He also recommended another book people might want to look at. That's by Robert Hare, called Without Conscience, and he also wrote Snakes in Suits. And it's just all a study by these guys who are into psychology and everything, and exploring the idea of evil. Because I think that's where we get with this whole idea of the shape of the earth being hidden from us, being lied to constantly. Dave, don't you think it's just psychopaths who think differently than we do?
Don't I think it's what?
Psychopaths. I don't know if you've done any study on psychopaths, but psychopaths are crazy. They're the kind of people that have no empathy, who don't see the world like we do, and we can't understand them because we have a conscience.
Right. That is the problem, I say, with the world. We have a conscience. We're nice. We can't imagine that people would do what these people do. Therefore, that's how they get away with it.
Right. So this book, both these books that he's recommended, and Robert Hare's Without a Conscience and Snakes in Suits, and then really the Andrew Lobaczewski's book is all about that. It's really how these guys go about it, how we can recognize it. So, of course, I haven't read the book yet. I guess it's a hard read, but only about 300 pages, so people can check that out on Amazon if they're interested. I ordered one this week, and it's coming, and that's the kind of stuff I enjoy reading.
Right.
More than,
you know what? I don't have time to read all of these books. I'm getting people are sending us a lot of books these days.
I find myself reading sometimes too much. I'm like, geez, I got to go do something.
You know the power of words. You know that this world is run by wizards, pretty much.
Absolutely.
And we're, the spelling and speaking and all of this stuff. We're just learning the power of these words. Well, years and years ago, somebody told me that the content of a book printed on paper has a vibration. And I kind of laughed it off, but I don't laugh that off anymore. I have a mighty powerful bookshelf. I'm looking at it right now. If a normie came up and sat down and looked at my books, I think they would die. I don't think they could read.
Would die.
I think their heads would explode, or they would just have a stroke or something. But the power of this bookcase, and half the books I haven't read. But I'm going on vacation now, I have to pick which book am I going to bring with me on vacation. It's just a way to preserve the content of our history. I've got a bunch of Fetzer's books in there. If you're following what's going on with Jim Fetzer, the books are banned. The book burning is happening.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything that's digital, YouTube blowing things up. So if you like a speaker, if Mark Devlin, I bought both of his books. I don't know when I'm going to read them, but they're on my bookshelf now. It's a way to preserve the truth of this world. And I think, Jeran, that these books are going to be worth a lot one day, or going to get me thrown in jail for owning them.
Right, one or the other.
Yes.
I think this is, where once you realize that the earth is flat, which, check that off my list. Once you realize you've been lied to on such a massive level, that's, checked off my list. Then I think you need to start going further. And I think studying about, what these people do, how they operate, why is it that they're able to do these things with absolutely no care at all. And I think it comes down to the fact that they don't have a conscience. So it's hard for us to imagine how an astronaut can hang themselves on wires and then talk about how great space is. And it's hard because for us, David, you would never do that. For me, I would never do that. You can't get me to just lie to people by hanging myself on some wires and okay, I'll tell people that this is for the greater good. And it just doesn't make sense to me. Well, I think that's how we all feel. And that's why it's hard to get this across to some people. So I think this book will be good to read and kind of understand how these people operate and then be able to see it in the world. And I think talked about this before, but in order for you to get to the top of your company, you need to step on some heads on the way there, and we just can't understand that. And that's why I got out of the business I was in, because I could see where it was going. So I think it's a great read. So appreciate the conversation, though, Kelly, very much, and looking forward to reading.
Just backing up a little bit back to Mark's book, we're all trying to wake up friends and family in different ways. We show them videos, we tell them this, we tell them that. If a book is the way to go, or if they'll listen to an audiobook, you have somebody that has a long commute to work, give them Mark's book and just say, listen to it. Just listen to 2 chapters. And if they listen to 2 chapters or 1 chapter, they're going to listen to the whole book. Because to somebody that's a glober or a flat earther, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. It has just the right amount of information. It has just the right amount of why. I love it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I can't argue.
I'm his biggest fan. It's probably his only fan.
No, that's not true. Some people like it.
I'm just kidding, Mark.
No, and it's got to be better than the commercial he did. So.
No. Well, yes, it is better than the commercial. A little bit.
Good. All right, then I get it that.
Hey, can we talk about my blimp video for a minute?
Sure.
So I for those of you that haven't seen it, it's pointing out that in my opinion, and the evidence shows that the space shuttle was a blimp. The external tank was a blimp. The shuttle that went up was just a shell, and every motion, every action, everything really points to that. But the one thing that was a byproduct was I was watching it, and when the booster rockets came off, the sound there was zero delay.
Right.
Do you know what the delay is from light and sound? Like if you blew up a firecracker at nighttime a mile away, what's the delay? But you'll see the light immediately, and how long until you hear the sound?
11.
No, I think it's about 5 seconds.
Okay.
So in the video, I pointed out that it was 20 miles downstream. I think it was closer to 30 or 35 miles, but I don't want anybody saying, "Oh, it's closer." So I said 20 miles. At 20 miles, that's 100 seconds. That's a minute and a half. A solid minute and a half between when the thing happens and when you'd hear it if you heard it. Okay? And we hear it at the exact same time. How come nobody has noticed that until today?
Because they're brainwashed.
All of us. I didn't notice it. I've watched that video 100 times and I never thought about it.
I don't know. And I think if you told some NASA fan, they would just tell you, "Oh, the sound's cut in. They made it so that it's not actually you're hearing it from 20 miles away." That's what I think they would say.
There's another rocket flying at the same speed and filming it.
Right.
I think because if they did it without the sound effect, it would look so fake. Sound effects are what get people, like the cloud clapping, all of the different stuff. If you just look at that video, every single thing about it is fake. And people say, "Well, you can go there and watch a launch yourself." The people that are watching the launch, besides being 20 miles away and seeing it through trees, they're just seeing a line of smoke go up into the sky and disappear, and the smoke stops in less than a minute.
Can you imagine a better trick than that, than saying, "Look at this real event over here. You have to stand 15 miles away, though."
Or you can watch it on TV and see the complete video production series that we made.
But you can come check it out if you want. Just stand 15 miles away.
30 or 20, whatever it is.
Even though we're launching over the water. You have to stand 11 miles behind.
But there's hundreds or thousands of other people that work for NASA. They get to see it up close because we can see them in the bleachers.
Which is
I watched somebody sent me another space shuttle one today that showed some other fakery. But I was watching they show from behind a whole bunch of people that are watching it from the distance, and the thing takes off and it's going way high in the sky and nobody's looking up. They're all just looking forward.
I've seen that a lot.
Yeah, they're not looking.
Right. Did anybody ask for me at Shoot the Moon? Nobody cared.
They said, "Jeran who?" Yeah. No, they said, "I got a lot of, I love you and Jeran Monday nights. You guys make me laugh."
Oh, good.
Dave, your voice is so good. I love it.
I doubt this now. I doubt the whole story.
No, all of this is true. they do say that we make them laugh. I forget the guy's name. Sorry, buddy, but he's in bed now listening to us as he's going to sleep. So maybe he's, I don't know, goes to bed early.
I'm actually kind of getting tired of hearing that my voice puts people to sleep. But whatever. What am I going to do?
He loves listening when he goes to sleep. So
great. Fantastic.
People love flat Earth. I don't even think, as long as you're genuine and believe the Earth is flat, people love hearing it. I'll talk to anybody that knows the Earth is flat. They're much more interesting than globe zombies.
Oh yeah, because it opened your eyes to like a childlike wonder, and I love to talk to those people a lot more than people that are just so indoctrinated that whatever the news says, excuse me, is true. They believe social media. They believe the mainstream media. And everything that they hear on the news must be true, and anything that the news makes fun of must be false. I mean, those people, I can't talk to those people anymore.
Hey,
did you catch Globebusters yesterday?
I did. I listened to it at double speed on the way home from New York.
No, it was pretty good. I thought it was sad what was going on with Ben.
Oh, with his family. I know his last video where he talked about it. It really, I get it.
Yeah.
But good for him. He's doing what he thinks is right, and you know what? The world, they'll come around eventually. You just got to give them time.
Yeah, and I think I agree with what Owen says, and this is what I think he needs to tell his family. It's like, it's okay. You can believe in the globe still. I mean, because I understand a globe belief. It was me 5 years ago. So I can't really hate on those people other than just to tell them, hey, I believe something different. We all have different beliefs. And then you can show them, I don't know if you heard us talking about this, Army building a cannon that's capable of firing Capable of firing 1,150 miles. Have you seen that?
No.
Imagine that, Dave, that they're building a cannon that can shoot the same distance between Nashville, Tennessee, and New York City, which is 1,150 miles. And you can just go to the curve calculator and figure out how tall the obstruction would be. And the obstruction would be 50 miles. So now we're going to shoot cannons over 50-mile high humps of obstruction water or land.
Just lob it over, because as the cannon's flying forward, it's falling down. But if you angle it up just at the right height, it'll just fall over the curve.
Oh, try and aim something to go over a 50-mile high obstruction.
And you have to aim it to the left or to the right, depending on which way the Earth is spinning. Right? You got to figure in the Coriolis in this.
Oh, I didn't think about the Coriolis, too. We got that going.
You got to get the Coriolis. So the target you're shooting at not only is behind a mountain of water, it's off to the left.
Right, or right.
Or right. I mean, people...
Ridiculous.
Wait. We got to talk about the conference. I guess we'll do that in the second half hour.
Okay.
And things that people need to bring. But Owen Benjamin today went off on everything, and I'm trying to edit down his video just to the just short points that he was making.
Right.
And I'm just under 10 minutes. I got to cut that in half.
Right. Dave can't release a 10-minute video. It'll
yeah. Maybe I'll just speed it up.
Right.
My point was what did you say before that? We
were talking about the cannon that's going to shoot over. By the way, the bulge height at 1,150 miles is 221,000 feet. So go ahead and think you're going to
200,000 feet.
221,000 feet. That's how far 50 miles is. So that's the hump.
No. Really? That's twice the height of a balloon?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Do the math again.
Okay, let me check. It's 42 miles. 42 times 5280 equals 221,000 feet. That's how high the hump would be between, where did I say that they were shooting from? Between Nashville, Tennessee, and New York City. So if you're in Nashville and you're trying to hit somebody in New York City with a cannon, which is what they say they're going to do, or what this gun can do, whatever this cannon is, then you would have to shoot it over the obstruction, which is the hump, the bulge, the sagitta, if you will, between you and the other person, and that hump is 221,000 feet. So it's not quite as easy, Dave, as just lobbing it over the curb, unless you can lob something over a 221,000.
That's what I was going to say. Owen just says, get over it. There's new information out there. Just let it go. Be honest.
Right.
Put your ego down and face it. It's provable. All of these things are provable. Globe Earth is dead. They have nothing. It's gone. It's over.
Right.
It's completely over.
And sometimes it'll hurt our brain if we just keep harping on these things over and over again, where you just got to let people hear about it and go do their own research and discover it for themselves. Because, I mean, how many times can we say the same thing over and over again? How many times can they come out with this nonsense about cannons being shot over 221,000-foot humps? And before people say, wait a second, this just doesn't work, which is what it doesn't. It doesn't work at all. So, yeah, we got a lot of people lining up to call already. So if anybody else wants to get in line, 213-233-3998. When we get back from the break, we're going to talk about the Flat Earth International Conference 2019 coming up in less than a month. We'll talk about a few other things. Mitchell from Australia put out a great video that Owen talked about. But don't go anywhere. You're listening to Monday Night Raw.
The reviews for Extendivite are amazing. Here are some from Amazon. September 2018. Extendivite works in keeping my blood pressure in the normal range. I've been using Extendivite for many years now. May 2018. Great product. I use regularly and I rarely get sick. March 2018. This product has relieved what appeared to be angina pain in my chest and shortness of breath after climbing stairs. I'm quite happy about it. February 2018. My husband, son, and I have been using this product for a few months now, and we have noticed an improvement in our joints and blood pressure. Tell us your story. Get Extendivite today. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822. Or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
Hey, it's Grace. Can we talk about something serious for a minute? Your age. Getting old has its perks. But remember, being a few years younger, you know, your hair was thicker, you didn't have so many wrinkles, that extra weight wasn't haunting you, and you just felt better. Well, we can't turn back the clocks and go back 10 or 15 years, but you can start feeling and looking 10 or 15 years younger with Nature's Youth RSF. It's a doctor-formulated daily supplement that helps your body maintain its peak performance and fight the aging process. Imagine sleeping better, looking better, and feeling better. See how Nature's Youth RSF has helped thousands of people just like you at nature'syouth.com. nature'syouth.com. Imagine how it will feel when your family and friends are asking you what you did to look so good. Your secret will be Nature's Youth RSF. It's time to start looking better and feeling better. Learn more and order your Nature's Youth RSF at nature'syouth.com. That's nature'syouth.com. That's nature'syouth.com.
Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death. This is Uncle Walt from the Ironworks. Josh, Corey, and I have chosen to look at life with no fear. No fear of the unknown. No fear of questions about the supposedly well-known. No fear of ridicule for thinking outside the familiar fool's lines. No fear of the boot on the neck of those refusing the party line. No fear of taking on those so convinced of their beliefs they would sooner drink the Kool-Aid than believe they've been fools made. In this world filled with me too, cattle think, can truth's protective layers be peeled back to show the tender, juicy pink? Are we all just grist for the mill? Souls sold against our will, or is that just how it feels? When you're filled to the rim with trivialities so fear-filled and grim, break clear of the fear right here, Tuesdays and Fridays at 2 a.m. on TFR. Josh and I and you will hammer out the impurities of technology-driven groupthink, fold in a dash of logic, and quench it all with a bit of absurdity. The Ironworks. Break clear of the fear.
Real people, real radio. Wherever you are, make it TFR. The Truth Frequency Radio.
Welcome back. You are listening to Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Appreciate you guys joining us. As always, if you want to get in on the conversation, give us a call, 213-233-3998. We'll be taking calls the second hour, and we will be coming off of YouTube at the end of this half hour. So if you want to continue joining us, head over to tfrlive.com and click Listen Live, or possibly somebody else might be carrying the second hour, maybe Karen, maybe somebody else, not sure. But you can easily find us by just clicking the link in the description or typing in tfrlive.com and then clicking Listen Live. It's that easy. Before the break, we were talking about Owen Benjamin, who showed some deep love for Dave today. Really deep love. He loved Dave. He couldn't get your channel right, but that's all right. But
he doesn't know the name of my Flat Earth podcast.
No, and he goes deep inside the Well, it's deep in the rabbit hole. Deep. You just couldn't get it. It's pretty funny.
At this point, I'm going to be upset when he finally learns it.
He showed Dave's shuttle blimp video. He also showed a sun fade out video. Not to mention a great new video by Mitchell from Australia, or every Australian male. I think that's who made it.
Or the only Australian male.
Right.
Or female, Michelle.
What did you think of that video? Great video, huh? By Mitchell?
That was great. I mirrored it. It's actually going on the app tomorrow morning. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Yeah, so it's a perfect one, and it shows you how things disappear from the bottom up, and that's just on a table. Then if you do it over water and add waves and atmosphere and all of that other stuff, there's a whole bunch of reasons things disappear.
And then you get the miraging, which happens because it's a reflection of the sky, which is just the background when you're looking across long water. So it just is so clear to anybody who wants to pay attention.
There's absolutely no globe arguments left for anyone that actually takes the time and thinks.
What about orbits?
What about science, dude?
Yeah, what about science?
Science.
What about
I was having on my Facebook page. I've been posting some stuff for my local, physical friends, and my kids' junior high school science teacher chimes in every once in a while, and she was going off, and she's talking about, this, that, just nonsense. And finally, I said to her, okay, how do you have high pressure next to a vacuum? And I laid out the whole thing for her, and I was going to say, and don't say gravity, because, and I was going to explain the whole thing out. I sent it to her. 5 minutes later, one word, gravity.
Oh boy!
And it's just like
you set yourself up on that one.
I did. I set myself from now on. I'm never going to second guess myself. When I ask them the question, I'm going to answer it and say, "Don't say gravity because," and I have to spell the whole thing out. I just didn't want to type it all out.
Right, that's a lot of typing.
It's a lot of typing.
Yeah, I've often wished that I would have had some sort of document where I'd have all my answers and where I could just cut and paste them real quick, but I don't have a document like that. Should make one.
Hey, before I forget.
Yeah.
Anyone that likes helping on live chats and stuff, Saturday, November 2nd, from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be on a very large channel that is introducing their entire audience to this topic. Okay? And it's a really well done show. The host heard me on SGT and like, oh my God, this stupid subject has some merit to it, and has been digging in. So we're gonna do it. It's on video, so we're gonna be on screen, and I believe people can call in for the second part of the show on video or just audio. I forget. You can have your camera on or not. So as many people that are available to jump in the chat and help answer questions, because the questions are going to come flying from every direction. The more real flat earthers we have in there helping, the better it'll be. And I really think this could be one of the biggest interviews I've done as far as introducing the subject to new people.
Give us the channel name. You forgot that.
I'm not giving you a channel name yet. Save it. I'll advertise it because he hasn't told his audience yet, and I don't want to blow it.
Okay.
Well,
how will people...
and he wants to surprise his audience, because if he tells them, they're going to be like, "Yeah, I'm not listening tonight." We need to get them in there, and then I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just suck them in, and just I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna let the good Lord put the words in my mouth.
There you go, in a Jewy nasally voice, and that is Saturday, November 2nd.
So that's Saturday, November 2nd. So put a little calendar that you're busy, 9 p.m. to 11 Eastern, and I'll put it on the Flat Earth podcast. We'll.
Beautiful.
Saturday. I'll pop a video on my channel. You'll get notified. Okay. I'll tweet it. The FE podcast. At the FE podcast. If you're not on my Twitter.
Same time as this show. If anybody's wondering, it's the same time.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. How about that?
And
all right.
9
Saturday
to 11. Interesting.
Damn, you caught my shill. my shillness showing.
All right, let's talk about the conference.
Okay, let's talk about one other thing first.
Okay, good.
But conference, we got that. I got it on my list here. We'll definitely talk about that coming up. But I had somebody message me today, and I kind of knew how to answer, but I wanted to get your opinion of this. Dave, is Moonlight cold?
It's not an argument I lead with.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, and that was kind of my answer. My answer was, when I did the test, I just realized that I don't think you could really, at least in the test I did, or the experiment, whatever you want to call it, the observation, the measurement, I don't know what you want to call it. But I think that there is a way that we could find out. I can't think of what that way would be. I just haven't seen a good representation of it in a way that, blocks all other elements. But I was wondering if
sometimes they do it with cardboard over. Well, that radiates heat back down.
Right.
There's all. I've seen a bunch that are like, that's interesting. And if you said, hey, let's bet $10 on it now, if it's real or not, I'm betting the $10 that Moonlight is colder. I just don't lead with it. I don't have the proof. It's not there yet for me, and I haven't taken the time to do it myself.
Yeah, so while people are calling in tonight, if you do have a way that you think would work for that, please let us know. Give us a call, 213-233-3998, because, and again, keep it short because there's a lot of people who have tried it, but I just can't really think of a way that you can, in my way, we had some fence posts, and I was basically measuring the top of the fence post versus the side. And then when you look about it and you think about it, you're like, okay, well, the side of the fence post is much more blocked from the elements. So, I wouldn't be surprised if the top of the fence post was cooler than the side because it's kind of shaded. So, I mean, and I couldn't think of a way to do it. I did it with 2 plates also. And I did show that I was getting a colder reading of the plate that was out in the moonlight. But again, it was open to the elements. And then the other one that was underneath my little awning was kind of sheltered. So, I mean, it's a hard subject, but, somebody else asked me that today. And again, I didn't have an answer other than, well, my test wasn't conclusive, and I really haven't seen anybody's that I would bank on. So you would say.
Think of Mark Sargent says Jeffrey Grupp has a good one, if that's what he's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeffrey Grupp has a good one. So
I'll check that
again, if you want to check that out, the name of the video is on the Zetetic.com channel is magnified moonlight cools water 7 degrees more than shaded water.
Interesting.
Experiment number 2.
That's another thing. I think I didn't include any magnification, but I do think that's a way to do it with some sort of either huge Fresnel lens or something like that. I think that somebody could get accurate results that way, but I wasn't able to do that, obviously.
It's fascinating. It's just not something I've taken the time. It's kind of like the Kennedy assassination. Just never really enough other people are covering it. It doesn't interest me that much.
Oh man, I always go back to Kennedy, but I just think that that's another one where I don't think we're meant to ever figure it out. You're just not going to figure it out. You either believe the mainstream story, which is ridiculous, that there's this single lone gunman and pay no attention to his CIA affiliations or Russia affiliations or anything like that. Just believe that he shot the president from an impossible position that nobody can replicate. It's just nonsense. But what else are you going to get out of that? Did the shot come from the grassy knoll? Did it come from the gutter below? Well, I don't think we'll ever know. So it's up to each person. All right, so let's move on to FE 2019, the conference. Hopefully everybody's going. If you're not going yet, get your tickets soon. Meet Dave, meet myself, meet Owen Benjamin, meet Karen B., meet Rob Skiba. Mark Sargent. Come say hi. The best part about it will be hanging out.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And so you can go to flatearthconference.com. And just remember, if you can't get there, and a lot of people can't, 1, location, 2, time, work, money, travel.
Go to FE2019.com.
You can go to flatearthconference.com and sign up for the live stream, and you'll be able to chat, and we'll be interacting in there as much as we can. It's just such an amazing event. I believe you'll feel the energy from a distance.
Yeah, no, definitely check it out. And like Dave always says, if you can't afford it, Don't think that anything will be hidden except for the fun that people have. But I'll be live streaming. I want to try and do a documentary of it. So this year it's going to be a little different for me. I'm actually looking to purchase some items for better sound as far as filming and getting a microphone. And I just want to kind of make a documentary about the people there. So that's my goal this year. But yeah, you've got Robbie Davidson, Rick Hummer, Mark Sargent, Nathan Thompson, Chris Bailey, Michael Solomon, Nate Wolf, Cammie, and Zach are doing a presentation. Like I said, Rob, Daryl Marble, Iru. How do you not want to meet Iru Landucci? It's impossible.
I was listening again. I saw Iru's got a video by Iru. Maybe it's in English, as always. It never is. And he was doing, I think it was a live radio interview. And I'm just listening to it. Can't understand a word except balloon. He kept saying balloon. And I was like, all right, I'm going to listen for a while. And then I had to go.
Did he do it from an hour? That's the question.
Robbie says there's only 30 VIP tickets left. Again, if you can't afford the VIP ticket, it's not like you're going to miss out on a ton of stuff. You're going to see all of the VIPs, and it's not segregated. There's a couple perks to having a VIP. If you can afford it, it's fun, worth it. And if you can't, you're not going to miss out on anything.
No, and if you can't make it, just check out the channels. It'll be streaming different presentations. And yeah, if you want to purchase the best thing, you want to go to fe2019.com and purchase the live stream, because that will be professionally handled, unlike me filming from my iPhone.
And then in the recent reoccurrence or reemergence of flat Earth, so the last 5-6 years, whatever it's been, would you say that 2019 is the year of street activism?
Yes.
So I'm fascinated with street activism. It definitely plays an important part in reaching out there. There's all different ways.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be doing street activism on Wednesday, and I'm sure there'll be people doing it all through the weekend because there's going to be so many flat earthers around. So if you're coming on Wednesday, we'll figure out exactly where we're going. It's going to be walking distance from the hotel, I believe. Bring supplies. I'm going to have balloons, flat Earth balloons. So if you want to just hand out balloons, we got helium balloons to hand out. But bring markers, bring poster board, bring something to make a nice clear sign. Too many words, no good. Print out a big picture. You want to print out things that people can read, people can see. The other thing is, if you're going to be talking to people and you want to have, I don't think we're going to have the big banner that the Globe Lie Tour has. Bring your iPad or even your phone and download your favorite pictures, or go to theflatearthpodcast.com to the FE artwork and download my photo book and put it on your iPad, and you could swipe right through it. And someone's like, well, what about photos of Earth? Bam, here's the photos of Earth. What about the men on the moon? What about the moon lander? What about this? All the pictures are there, and a picture is worth, Jeran?
About 5,000.
5,000 words.
Right. 66,600 words.
66,000, right. Right. That's only from 100 feet, though.
I just made sure I had to check my flight plans just to make sure I am coming in on Wednesday afternoon. Wow. Is that you're getting there as well?
I'm getting there Wednesday morning.
Okay, I get there 11:43. And you are flying to Dallas-Fort Worth as well? I
believe I am.
Okay. And then, because that's a little bit further, I think, from the venue, so we got to figure out, I don't know.
Whatever airport you told me to fly into.
I didn't tell you to fly in anywhere.
Whatever. I think I'm flying into the same airport that you told me to fly into.
Yeah, I think that's it's like a bigger airport and more flights go there than the other Dallas one. There's 2 Dallas airports, whatever.
I'm going into DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth.
And what time?
So anyone that's going into Dallas-Fort Worth, you see if you can take a selfie next to any flat Earth stickers that might be there.
Ooh, what time do you fly?
Follow the path.
You'll make it. You'll get there. What time's your flight get there?
I arrive at 8:40 a.m.
Oh, geez, early. Okay. I'll figure out a way to take an Uber or something, or I don't know, somebody will give me a ride. I'll figure it out. We will. Yeah, so I didn't finish. We had Paul on the plane will be there, Zen Garcia, myself, obviously, Noel Hadley will be there, Jared Cressman, and Jason Lingren. I'm excited about it. I've never met him. So that'll be
Jason
fun.
and I, we go way back. Met him yesterday.
Right. Dave Marsh will be there. And, of course, David Weiss with his partner, Matt Long. They once did a podcast like 4 or 5 months ago. So they'll be back together. Nathan Reynolds will be there. It's going to be awesome. And then there's a Flat Earth game show. Do you know anything about this?
Yeah. Did you get the script yet?
No.
There's a script, and it supposedly keeps being sent to me, but I haven't gotten it yet. And they asked for your email address. I was like, just send it to me. I'll get it to Jeran because
send it to my Skype. That way.
And so we're doing it's a part of the movie, and we have a script, and I think that we need audience participation in the movie. So it's a game show that's going to be filmed, I think, just before Owen, or I'm not exactly sure when, one of the evenings, and it's going to be filmed on stage, and we need audience participation. So if you're at the conference, you can be in the audience in this movie, I believe.
Awesome. Yeah, I believe that's on the 14th. So that is the Flat Earth Game Show from 7 to 8, and then from 8 to 10, the Owen Benjamin Comedy Show, which will be awesome. Get ready.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. And like I said, Shelley Lewis will be there. We had her on.
Anything else about the conference?
No, I can't wait to see people there. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be David and I in person. I can't think of anything better. The show is a close second, but no, I can't think of anything else. I think we'll have Robbie on in a week or two to discuss it and see if he has any last second wonderfulness going on. You'll be able to pick up Mark Sargent's book for free. And again, street activism. So you wanted to talk about what everybody should bring. Did you?
Yeah, I was saying just bring signs, like do them at home and then roll them up, or you can take a sign and you can fold it up and stick it into your bag. Bring markers if you're going to want to do it there.
Okay.
Just, anything to let people know what we're about. Wear some of your T-shirts. It's hoodie season. Get yourself a hoodie. What's the weather going to be in Dallas?
Hopefully not like it was yesterday. Wasn't there a tornado there to kill people?
There was a line of tornadoes. They're trying to get rid of the conference center so it doesn't happen.
That's what I told Miss the first thing I saw the news this morning and saw that. I said, oh, David's going to think they're getting rid of the conference.
That's exactly what I thought.
They set it off a little early. Harp was tripped too early.
Yeah.
Let's see. What time is it? No, I'm going to tell him now. No, so I told Karen that if she wanted to call in and tell us about her event, that she could, and now I think she's going to call in right now. So it'd be great to hear from her. Is she on here yet? Nope, she's not on the list. Let's see here. Is she going to call? Sorry, this is great radio, Dave. Thanks for picking me up.
What did I do?
That's the point. No, I'm just waiting for her to call in, and we will talk to her. But again, if you guys want to call in and get in line, you can do that, 213-233-3998, as we always do. When we get back from the break, we will be taking your phone calls. And right now, we want to talk real quick. Anything else about the conference that we need to mention?
That's all I can think of. It's really going to be, I think I'm going to cry, actually.
At the conference?
I think I'm going to cry when I get there because I'm going to be so happy to see all of these like-minded people together. It brings tears to my eyes, honestly.
No, I mean, especially like when Bob made that little mock-up with all the videos, all the pictures from different conferences.
That wasn't the pictures. That was the music by Flat Earth Conspiracy Guru.
Something made me cry. I don't know what it was, but
no, it was amazing, right? But when you get there, Jeran, how awesome is it going to feel?
It's so awesome. But I mean, I'm excited. I love hanging out with Eru, which again is just right around the corner. What? Mad Mike will be protesting. Let's talk to Karen. Karen, are you there?
I am there. Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, good.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Doing great. We only have
Hello?
about. Can you not hear us? Karen?
Yeah.
Can you hear us, Karen?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure you acted like you couldn't hear us. Just tell everybody about your event and you all right?
It went great. You can hear me, right?
Yep, we can hear you great. I'll stop asking.
Okay, yeah, it went really well. there was about, I think, there ended up being about 200 people there, and it went really well. We had a little technical problem in the beginning, but thank goodness Bob was there and he saved everybody.
Woohoo!
And it was almost like nothing even happened. It was almost like there was never even a problem. That's how smooth everything went. Everything went on schedule. Everybody's talk went great. We had the bands play. It was really good. We had a good time. And you noticed David White, who decided not to come.
He had something to do. No, I did notice that the videos on the channel are up. Is there going to be any more professional videos coming out, or is that where people need to catch all the presentations?
Well, I know Rob Skiba recorded his with his own camera, and we recorded the sound for his, so I'm sure his will have a better version. I live streamed it. I don't know how much of it we got recorded as far as the sound. I don't think we recorded the whole thing, but I'll try to put a better one up on my channel for that. But
it was pretty
much the live stream I had is all there is right now.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't
that great of a live stream setup.
No, it was okay. It's just you could hear a lot of, it sounded like chatter from the audience or something. That was the only thing that I noticed. But it was still, you could hear it all. I mean, I listened to the first two presentations, and I listened to about 2 hours of Skiba's today. So I thought it was great. So people can definitely check that out on the Karen B channel. Did you know that there's a scientist by the name of Karen B as well? I just saw some of those links today.
I did not know that. Are you serious?
Yeah, and she looks like you. And her name's...
shut up.
No, you'll find it. There's some Skypes going on about it. I see it. I think in Rodrigo's group, you can check out, somebody posted a few things about it, if I remember right. You'll have to check it.
That's hilarious. Okay, I'll take a look.
Yeah, if you actually search Karen B YouTube, and you will find you and this scientist, Karen B. It's pretty funny. So check it.
That's a new one.
So everybody had a great time. That's awesome. And I don't think I missed anybody's presentation. Did you give one? No.
No.
Okay,
no,
I missed it.
So everybody's well rested, feeling good, relaxed, renewed?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about well rested.
Yeah. Because that went late into the night, didn't it?
Not well rested.
Didn't you guys go late into the evening?
It did. I kind of snuck off and went to sleep a little bit earlier than everybody else. But yeah, the guys were up pretty late, getting into trouble.
Awesome. Did Bob already leave?
No, Bob and Cammie are still here, and Mark Sargent is here. Mark leaves tomorrow.
Hello, Mark. Hello, Cammie. Hello, Bob. Great job as always, and thank you for me running the Globebuster show and not having too many problems. That went okay, which is a rarity. So yeah, I appreciate you calling in. Anything else you want to say to the people before we head off for hour 2?
I just want to thank everybody who came out to the event. It was great. I just appreciate everybody showing up, and it looked like everybody was having a good time, and everybody had lots of good conversations, and it was just really great. And I thank all the speakers and Bob for saving the day with his technical aid. And that's it.
Karen, are you going to be live streaming the second hour here,
next year?
Or no?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's like a minute. You have like a 3-minute decision.
Sounds like no.
If Karen doesn't go live, just go to tfrlive.com and say, listen now.
Yeah. All right, Karen, I appreciate it.
I may just take the night off.
Take the night off.
Okay, I love you guys.
Talk to you soon.
Bye, Karen.
Okay.
She might be on mushroom again.
I think we had a little delay, and I think that she's wrecked.
Yeah.
From the weekend.
Okay, that might be the answer. No, but thank you, Karen. Thank you, everybody, for attending that event. And yeah, the word is spreading, and there's events popping up all over the place. Like Dave said, we're going to go off of YouTube because we take phone calls, and you never know what kind of nonsense might come through. So go to TFR Live.
Frequency Radio is your number one source for news and information without the hate, hype, and fear. We're proud to feature cutting-edge programs like Beyond the Veil with Chris and Cherie Geo, X Squared with Brooks Agnew, Paranormal Portal with Brent Thomas, Jeranism RAW with Jeran and Nissa, Fearless with Frank Castle, Strange World with Mark Sargent, The Eye of Ra with Ra Castaldo, The Infinite Fringe with Billy Ray, Ironworks with Josh Corey, The Kev Baker Show, and dozens more. Did you know you can listen from any telephone by dialing 641-793-7117 or call into your favorite show toll free at 833-TFR-LIVE. Uncensored talk and news you won't hear in the mainstream media. Truth Frequency Radio, your protection from deception.
G7 meeting, impeachment probe. I'm Ann Cates. President Trump says he would have hosted a gathering of world leaders at his resort near Miami for free, but he had to back down in the wake of bipartisan backlash. Correspondent Boris Sanchez.
President Trump said that he wished he could have held it there, that it would have been the best G7 ever. The president also lamenting what he called the phony emoluments clause, incorrectly suggesting that he's the only president ever to donate his salary, and possibly also George Washington.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is laying out the case for the impeachment inquiry. Correspondent Linda Kenyon reports she has listed actions made by the president.
Speaker Pelosi has released what her office is calling a fact sheet that outlines what it calls a gross abuse of power by President Trump, including what Pelosi calls a shakedown, a pressure campaign, and a cover-up. The fact sheet cites quotes from the rough transcript of the president's phone call with the Ukrainian president. It paints, quoting here, a damning picture of Trump abusing his office by pressing a foreign government to interfere in our 2020 elections.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott has declared disasters in 16 counties after severe weather battered the region, including Dallas, which was hit by tornadoes.
The storm ripped across busy streets and tore through neighborhoods.
Whole trees coming down, partial trees coming down, pieces of houses and parts of the road.
Extensive property damage across the city, but Mayor Eric Johnson confirms no serious injuries or deaths.
Should all be very grateful for that. I'm happy to report that has not changed.
Now it's the cleanup phase, with many left wondering where to start.
Probably wait for the insurance, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Clayton Neville, Dallas.
The National Weather Service says the tornado that ripped through North Dallas was packing 140-mile-an-hour winds and has been rated an EF3. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed up 57 points. The S&P 500 gained 21. The Nasdaq up 73. I'm Ann Cates.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
Your protection from deception. This is Truth Frequency Radio.
On the weekday, don't be surprised, don't be surprised. Walk like us. They even talk like us. Walk like us. But they are not like us. On the weekday, you can see the signs, you can see the signs. They wear the disguise. Look into the mind's eye. There's nowhere to hide. Don't stick all the lies. Whispers from afar.
You're on mute, Jeran.
Son of a buck. Sorry about that. I run the show just as smooth as butter. Just silky smooth. Oh, I have so much to do at the end of the hour. You got to dump one feed, get ready for the next, and the one thing I forget is to turn my mute button off. But I'm back. Welcome back. Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys for joining us. We do appreciate it. We are heading to phone calls. Dave, are you ready, or you have anything else lined up?
I am ready.
What did we just talk about that is not suitable for most advertisers? I never understand this. That's what we just got for what we just posted.
Oh, hey, one thing I wanted to mention, zoomtruth.com for the Flat Earth People Finder is up and ROM. It's running okay. Sometimes it takes like 20, 30 seconds to load, but it's impressive, the number of flat earthers that are covering America and other countries. So, hey, people in New Zealand, in Australia, Mitchell, sign up because there's only like 3 of you down there, and it's proving my point that it's probably the same people with 2 sock accounts.
Just Mitchell,
probably just Mitchell with 2 sock accounts, a regular one on a sock account. But sign up. It's time to let everyone know that there's flat earthers around you. Zoomtruth.com.
Zoomtruth.com.
Yeah.
Check it out. All right, let's go to the phones. We got a lot of calls, and as you know, my number one complaint is that I'm not very good at dumping calls when they need to be dumped. So, Dave, I'm going to be ready.
And wait, before you take the call, what do you think of the new compass on the app?
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh my Lord!
Let me see. I'm bringing it up now. Why haven't I seen it? When did it come out?
It came out a couple days ago. If you haven't updated your app, go to the App Store and update your app. The new compass is awesome. It's a world compass.
Okay, it is loading as we speak.
All right, take a call, and then we'll talk about it after the call.
Sure, let's go to the... we just dropped 2 people, but anyway. Let's go to the 843. You're on with Jeranism RAW. Who's this?
Jeran, Dave, how are you?
Doing good. Yourself?
Doing wonderful. Excuse me. Got a little foggy throat, but I just came back from Flattoberfest.
Tell us about it.
Awesome.
Enjoy yourself?
Awesome. Had a great time. I got to talk to Mark for quite a while. Me and Mark hung out for a bit. Me and Karen B hung out for a while. Me and Zach get to really know everybody in this flat thing that's going on, and we had a great time.
How far did you travel?
Say to everybody who went.
Home?
Where did you travel from?
Ridgeville, South Carolina is where I am. So it took me about 3 hours. It was a 3-hour ride. So it wasn't too bad.
And you went alone, or
Sorry, I got a little froggy throat. No, actually, this is a funny story. Okay.
Okay.
So my wife was supposed to go with me.
Right, I remember.
And I bought tickets like as soon as the tickets were on sale. I bought 2 tickets. My wife was like on board. She was going to go with me. Blah blah. So Saturday, she backed out. She's like, I'm not going. I'm like, are you kidding me? I already got 2 tickets. She's like, and my brother-in-law lives with me. She's like, she goes to my brother-in-law. Will you go with him? I'm like, and he's like, yeah, fine, I'll go with him. She wouldn't do it. At the last minute, she backed out. And my brother-in-law went with me, who was not into this at all. Mm-hmm. And it was funny. And I have to elaborate on this because he went with me, not into it at all. He went through Mark Sargent, Bob, Authentic Intent, and then he got to Rob Skiba, right? And when Rob Skiba starts talking about all the NASA stuff, yeah, Rob was closing, and he was like, and when I said, whenever you want to leave, because he had to work in the morning, I took today off, so he said, when I said, whenever you want to leave, we'll leave. That's fine, because I've already heard it. I know, whatever. And I'm like, whenever you want to leave, we'll leave. And I said, you ready? He's like, no, not yet.
And
nice. He's watching Rob Skiba's videos, right? Which was awesome. It was awesome. And I'm like, okay. So we stayed for about 45 minutes of Rob Skiba's videos. And and then he was ready to go because he had to work in the morning. But I got to meet Mark Sargent. Talked to him for quite a while. Me and Mark got along great. We hit it off great. We get along great. Karen, she was busy, but we got along good. Me and Zach hung out for quite a while. And Cammie. As soon as I pulled up to the parking lot, me and Cammie, I got out. I met Bob. Bob got out of his car. I said, I have to introduce myself to Bob. And I introduced myself to Bob, me and Cammie, and Bob hung out for a bit. And through the whole thing, Cammie is awesome.
Yeah, she's the best.
She's awesome. Me and her hung out. We talked. We hung out. We had a great time. It was awesome. I had an awesome time at
And so, would you say your brother-in-law is your brother-in-law convinced or no?
He is still a little skeptic, but he with the stuff Rob Skiba was saying, he is like, I can see it in his eyes. You know, he's watching the videos.
Did you make him get the app and tell him to watch a new video each day and see what happens for 2 weeks?
That's my next step.
There you go,
David. That's my next step.
Hey, he's selling.
I'm gonna do that because he's on his way. My wife, like I said, my wife backed out, right? But he is on his way.
Appreciate
he could not
so much. Sorry to dump you, but we've got a lot of people in line. What?
All right, well, just a suggestion. A suggestion for him is tell his wife, say, hey, sorry you couldn't make it, but in consolation, I got us 2 tickets to the Flat Earth Conference in Texas. So
vacation.
Throw that at your wife.
Vacation in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to the next caller, 530. You're on with Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Who's this?
Hey, Jeran. It's William.
Hey, William. How are you?
Good evening. Sorry, I'm good. I was dozing off a little bit listening to you, but then Dave talked to me, so I'm awake now. Hey.
That's it. I'm throwing the headphones.
Yeah. Hey, I caught Glowbusters today on my deliveries, and it was a good show. You guys had a good time, very relaxed, and I wanted to, if you don't mind, I just wanted to do a shout out to Ben and just I kind of feel I know what he's going through, and I just wanted to just encourage him to just stick with the truth and just persevere. And, it's really all about not really worrying about what others think because, you can't unsee the truth. You just can't do that. So they'll come around if they're meant to be. It's just like the gospel, right?
Persevere.
Yeah, there's really no other choice.
Yeah. So there's others out there, and so that kind of spoke to me a little bit today. And you guys were asking about the temperature test, the moonlight, and I actually did that test about 2 years ago. And I'll explain really quick how I did it. I took 3 metal fence posts that were out of the ground, and I had made sure I laid them somewhere during the day where they were the same temperature. And a night before, I watched the shadow of a awning that was well away from the house, and so I laid 3 of them about 20 feet apart, and half in the shade, half out of the moon shade. And so I took temperature tests throughout the night, and I got a difference between, and this is weird, it was between a 7 and 11 degrees. It got more as the night went on, and so it was about 7 in the beginning, and it went to about 11-degree difference. So I did that about 2 years ago.
Was it full moon?
Yes, full moon. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I waited. It took a while to do because I had to wait for a full moon. I had to wait for a clear sky.
Right.
I had to wait for not a windy night because a windy night could affect it. So yeah, I tried to think of everything.
Right. No, it sounds good.
And yeah, and then
go ahead.
Yeah, and then David, they're waking up. So I know you got to go. I wanted to shout out to Karen and Mark, but I had an awesome story during our power outage of 2 days, about a week ago, in the town where I live in Northern California. I went to an In-N-Out away from my town, was sitting in a crowded In-N-Out, and I met my first Christian flat earther, just randomly sat next to me. And we wound up talking for 2.5 hours.
Wow, that's an awesome story.
Yeah, well, it's awesome. I could probably do a 10-minuter, but you guys got to go. So they're waking up. I think it is being exponential. And, yeah, I was so psyched. If it wouldn't have been 10 o'clock at night, we probably would have talked a lot longer. So we talked about that. We talked about 9/11. We talked about the vaccines. Everything he mentioned, I knew, and then some. And he was, like, kind of blown away. He said he'd never met anybody that knew everything. And the cool thing is that he started off with, they've been lying to us at school about all kinds of stuff. And when he said that, I asked if he was a Christian. He said, I am now. And then we just got into it. And then 2.5 hours later, we had to get going. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. So,
awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right. Well,
it's definitely happening. Yeah, you called it. People are waking up everywhere. Let's go to the 240. You're on with Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Who's this?
Hey, Jeran, Dave. How you guys doing?
Great.
So I'll be quick. I know you said you got a long list. I'm Polar Bear, and I'm coming from Vietnam. I caught Dave on Big Bear's stream a while ago. Bought the app midstream just because he wasn't retarded, to be honest, and I kind of expected that from a flat earther. And it was a thank you for the respect that he did show the Bears. But then his basket thing of what works in the globe basket, what works in the flat earth basket, and what works in both really got me thinking. 6 months later, here I am, and I'm nowhere near as confident as you guys are about what world we live on, but I'm pretty sure it's not a ball spinning at the speed of sound.
Right. Yeah, no, that's where we are. I mean,
I've got two things I wanted to say. The Moonlight one, this is one I'm cutting you off. I'm coming from a big delay, calling from Vietnam. I'll make it quick. The Moonlight one, you guys, I think you're thinking right with the lens to concentrate the light. But the step that I wanted to do, if I can ever get out of this giant city and test it, would be to refract the light so that you're actually aiming it at a place that's already in an open area. Because the ball earthers always come at us saying that the no cover allows the heat to radiate off faster. So we need to kind of build in a shield to our premise. And so I think that if we can use the lens to change the direction of the light as well, it's a more defined test.
I totally agree. 100%. Yeah. Because that's what they'll tell us, just like the last caller who talked about the 3 pipes. That's what they'll say, is that you have some sort of awning, which is
exactly
which will make it warmer. Yeah.
Exactly right. And the third thing I wanted to kind of call out to the community and ask for help, because I'm in Vietnam, so a lot of government documents are blocked for me and I can't research them. But according to Wikipedia on Operation Fishbowl, which I know you guys are familiar with already, Starfish Prime is one of the nuke tests that was launched on July 9th of 1962 from Johnston Atoll. And they're saying that the burst could be seen from Kwajalein Atoll, which is 2,600 kilometers away. And they're saying the rocket only went up into the air 400.1 kilometers, which gives us about a 6-kilometer hidden refracted from Metabunk's curve calculator.
Awesome. And that's the Starfish Prime, right?
Yeah, Starfish Prime on July 9th, 1962, it was launched. It was a W-49 thermonuclear warhead. And it shouldn't have been able to be seen. And if there's government documents recording that it was seen, like that Metabunk calculator I've seen over my 6 months of researching this, where it just gets harder and harder and harder for us to justify everything. I was there watching your test where all of a sudden observations not valid over water have popped up, laughing absolutely hysterically. Right. So I feel like we can't really use, there's nothing harder for us to use here. And if we can find government documentation proving that Starfish Prime was seen from Kwajalein Atoll, 2,600 kilometers away, that's one that they can't blame on camera tricks or dishonest YouTubers.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'll definitely look into that. So if people want to research that as well, July 1962 Starfish Prime. And we appreciate that call from Vietnam, huh?
Yeah, that's right, Darren. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Glad you are part of the group now, and a shout out to the Bears, of course. Dave, you're just converting people left and right.
Oh, I love it.
Okay,
so happy to hear it. All these new people.
Let's go to the 323 area code. You're on with Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Who's this?
What's up?
Owen!
Can you guys hear me?
Benjamin.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Thanks for calling in.
How are you?
Oh, doing so.
Anytime.
Just enjoying the gravy on your morning shows every morning. Thank you very much for being the sound in my ears as I hit the gym or ride my bike. Couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah, it's ladles of gravy for the earbuds.
So much gravy.
Oh, an epic
just so much
stream
gravy
today. Thank you for playing my videos. Awesome.
Oh, yeah, I was pretty fired up this morning. I was kind of cranked on coffee, but yeah, like whenever I just see people just put down obvious things, I just get a little jacked up. But it's all fun. It's all gravy. But yeah, your videos were awesome, man. Those were really enlightening.
Thanks, man. Hey, we were talking about the conference. I know that you're doing goats right now, so thanks for letting go of those others for a couple minutes. We're looking forward to your performance at the conference. Are you going to be doing flat Earth jokes? Do you need some material on some of these people that are going to be there, or what are you going to do?
Oh, it's going to be my whole set.
Awesome.
Because it's just like a lot of it has to do with the fear porn, like the various ways that Time Magazine and the media over the years have just scared us into backing into the corners they want us to. And I've kind of written, my special conspiracy queries that's free right now on YouTube. You can check that out. And I have a new one coming out called You're Doing Great, Kid. But I've been doing jokes in this arena now for a while, so I think I'll fit right in the conference.
I think so. I'm hoping you're bringing the David Weiss mask. That's what I want to see.
No.
Yeah, I'll bring the grabber mask. Well, I could write a joke. I was actually thinking of something funny to talk about. How every time you recommend Crow 777 to somebody, it's just so annoying that you have to tell them about the 2 R's.
It is annoying.
Like little jokes like that. I think that could be kind of funny. Because I'm on a bender of that dude right now. That dude's pretty legit.
Oh man, that'll give you listening pleasure for eternity. That guy's done so much good work.
Yeah.
Is he going to be at the conference?
Jason Lingman's going to be there. I'm not sure if Crow's going to Skype in during his presentation. Not sure what he has planned, but I was at the Crow event in New York City with him and Jason and some other people. And Crow said that he got a wave of bears from you talking about his show coming over to his site, and he says thank you.
Oh yeah, I mean there's gravy-loving bears. The beauty of the bears is some of them like when I spiral about the shape of the Earth, and some don't care. But if you keep it lighthearted and funny, the ones that don't care don't really get mad or alienated. They just kind of like say, all right, I'll just chill for a bit. And the ones that really care, move on to listening to you guys and then Crow and people like that,
Awesome. Thank you so much, and thank you for showing those videos. I love that you showed that. To Mitchell from Australia's video, showing people how a quarter can disappear bottom up. It must have been so much time, maybe people couldn't stand it.
All right.
Oh yeah, and the best part about all of it is just keep it. I'm sure you guys understand this more than anybody, but if you just keep it light, you just talk about mind gravy. It doesn't make people jarred and scared and angry, because it really is jarring for a lot of people when you see the world shaped completely differently than what you thought it was. And so I think it's important when you're trying to, quote unquote, wake people up to just keep it light and fun, or else it really does cause a lot of stress on people. So I think it's good to kind of, stay in that realm.
I agree. We were all Globers once, not too long ago.
Yeah.
And
another thing is it opens up so much. A lot of people think it closes down their fantasy and their about how infinite the universe it is. And I had the opposite experience. It's opened up my mind a lot to what could be, you know. There's so much more to think about now, you know?
Yeah, it gives you that childlike wonder back. It really does.
Right. It takes away the fear and opens up. That's exactly it. The childlike wonder. There's so many infinite possibilities. There's so much more. We're not in this prison planet, restricted, running out of resources thing that they put us in. You know, talk about fear. You were talking about Time Magazine a while ago. You said that you convinced your mailman to deliver your Time Magazine 10 years late. And that was the funniest thing you've ever said. I laugh about that. I wake up laughing almost every night thinking about that. Funniest thing. Because it's so
That's
true.
Hilarious.
It's so true.
I just keep seeing all the good news.
Right.
like all the fears, like all the things that we obviously beat and avoided. It's just we're batting 1,000 guys.
Crushing. Absolutely
so
crushing.
Good. It's so fun to wake up and to see real people wake up in real time. Like we got to witness your becoming aware of the ball deception. I'm not even saying that you're a flat earther. Of the ball deception. That's all. It's so empowering to see people just wake up and have this new energy. And it's happening faster and faster. There's 11 million flat earthers in Brazil. They're everywhere. I went to Crow. Everybody there knew me. There was over 100 people there. They all knew me. That's great that people are waking up to this. So welcome aboard, Owen.
Oh, it's hysterical. I just did this big tour, and people would be like, one of them was in an airport hangar, and it's funny when I was taking pictures with everybody, like people would just take a picture with me, like and be like, "I'm a pilot. It's flat," and we just laugh.
Right. They're coming out from everywhere.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm
the pilot community is is getting pretty woke because it's all their equipment is based on the presumption of a flat plane, and everyone just kind of assumed that that's no big deal. And now we're starting to see that that's very odd.
Right. Doesn't make a lot of sense unless that's exactly over.
Like all civil engineers, all their equipment is based on the presumption of a flat Earth. So it's like, it's odd that no one really thought about that until now. It was a very powerful spell.
Yeah, well, if you go back in the early 1900s, there's so many railroad makers and tunnel makers that all were saying, we've never made an account for curvature ever, and anybody who did would be crazy. So it was said, it's just the internet allows us now to speak out and pass it along. And, for me, as much as, YouTube tries to grapple everything, at the same time, it allows us to push this information out wider than ever was possible before it. So thank you, YouTube.
Yeah. How's your PayPal situation?
No, gone. They just refused, and they're holding that money still till the 6 months. And I saw recently you got Patron removed, so I'm sure I'm next on that list. And
but I'll talk to you about I'll talk to you about some options, but
okay,
it's not as dead end as people think it is. There's some ways to fight back, but
well, I was trying to
when it comes to all that stuff, what's that?
No, I was saying I was trying to follow in your footsteps by not posting there because I figured if I didn't post on Patreon that they couldn't have reason, but they obviously found it with you with an Instagram post. So obviously they're looking.
Yeah. But, it's
what do you do? Don't bow.
It only opens up, you crumble upward,
There you go.
It's like everything they take away from you, you end up just getting something better. Have you set up a post office box?
Yeah, I have. Some people have sent me some letters and gotten a few donations that way, so it's working for me. And like you said, you crumble upwards.
All right, we're running into the break, Owen. Last words before the music comes on.
We got a break coming up, yeah. Last words, Owen.
I want everyone to know this whole time I've been squeezing goat's udders.
I can hear it. I hear the milk squirting into the pan.
Yeah, I'm multitasking. And send me text me some videos to listen to.
I'm going to send you a playlist right now. I'm going to send you a playlist during the break.
Mind gravy. All right, Owen, can't wait to meet you.
Yeah.
All right, later, Owen Benjamin,
all right,
everybody.
Cool. Later, guys.
Be right back, guys. Go anywhere. You're listening to Jeranism RAW.
Well, it comes with cost, a price too large. really just born to die. I'd rather let have been born. Stay in school, they said. Use your tools, they said. But being
It's amazing how people have been raving about iAlife all over Facebook. They've been posting their testimonials just because they want to get the word out because it's worked so well for them. If you're not familiar with iAlife, it's a 99% pure CBD oil. But the secret is the synergy between the hemp and the ayahuasca vine, the non-psychoactive component of the ayahuasca tea. We recently received an email from a wife whose husband has Parkinson's. For the first time, he's been able to sleep through the entire night. Another customer reported that they're no longer using NSAIDs because their tennis elbow has been relieved with iAlife. The reports have been phenomenal and much more than we ever expected. Everyone should have access to this. That's why if you head on over to ialife.com right now and use coupon code TFR, we'll give you $5 towards your order. And we'll even ship it worldwide. That's ialife.com, AYA-life.com.
Hey folks, guess what the number one phrase that Life Change Tea receives by email? You ready? We love this tea. We love this tea. Time after time, week after week, we love this tea. Life Change Tea gives you more energy, a beautiful cleansing, and fulfills its slogan perfectly. The tea that makes you go. So if you want to be on your health game, log on to getthetea.com and order Life Change Super Strength Tea. Packages come in a 1-month supply, and when you brew this stuff, wait until you see the results. Aren't we all about the results? And with a lot of people's health struggling, we can use a little bit of help. Doctors will tell you disease starts in the gut. So log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Be our next email saying, I love this tea. I love this tea. Get the tea at getthetea.com. Helping America one tea bag at a time.
Hey everyone, it's Mark Sargent from Strange World, broadcasting live every Tuesday evening, 10 to 12 Eastern, 7 to 9 Pacific, right here on Truth Frequency Radio. Strange World covers a wide range of topics, from enclosed world theory to lunar waves to the end of the world in film. It's basically doomsday with a silver lining. With the audience as my co-host, we take an optimistic approach to all things conspiracy and promote confidence, hope, and humor whenever possible. If there's a topic you want us to cover or a guest you would like to see interviewed, please email me at msargent23@comcast.net. So please join me and tell your friends about Truth Frequency Radio, the leader in real radio programming, bringing you quality, cutting-edge broadcasts from around the world.
You are now tuned into the Truth Frequency.
Your protection from deception. TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to Jeranism Monday Night Raw. That was awesome to have Owen Benjamin call in.
Yeah, and anybody that wants to see him do, I'm going to say his best performance ever will be at the Flat Earth International Conference in Dallas, Texas, November 14th or 15th, whatever night at the conference. So
he'll be the
Owen Benjamin fans, come learn about the Earth, meet Owen, meet Jeran, meet Mark Sargent and Karen B.
It'll be awesome. Can't wait. And it'll be great to meet him finally. And yeah, he's in my ear quite often. So can't wait to meet him. And let's go back to the phones. God, did we get the 240? This is the hard thing about this call board, David, is the people that hang on after. I can't tell if I already picked them up. Let's try it again just to see if this is somebody we already talked to. Sorry. 240, you're on with Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Who's this?
I'm Polar Bear Jeran. You got me already. I'm just listening.
All right. Thanks, Vietnam. Shout out to the Bears again. Let's go to the 860. You're on with Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Who's this? 860.
860. That's my state.
Yeah, it does say Hartford, Connecticut, and there's nobody there. I'm going to put you back on hold. If you are on the East Coast, we're probably talking to you. But let's go to the 214. You're on with Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Who's this?
This is Alex, guys, calling from Dallas. I'm definitely going to go to the Flat Earth Convention. But listen, I don't want to beat around the bush.
All right.
Watching that all-female spacewalk is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. She's out there holding a space drill, going 17,000 miles an hour, holding on to the thing like it's a grocery cart at the grocery store.
It's all relative,
what kind of bull? I mean,
wait,
dude, it's so mental.
Did you see?
Listen to this, Dave. No, Dave, let me cut you off real quick. I want to hear what you have to say, but I want to say this. This is the biggest scam at all. Then when you go on Google, you want to find out how fast it's going. You know it says 17,000 miles an hour. But instead of saying 17,000 miles an hour, it says 4.8 divided by S to try to make it look like it's not 17,000 miles. Google how fast the International Space Station is. It gives you some fake whack number to just throw us off. It's like they're laughing at us, Dave. They're laughing at us.
Everybody, this is Dave from ZoomTruth.com, the Flat Earth People Finder. This is Dave I'm talking to, right?
No, he said it's Alex from Dallas.
No, this is Alex. I'm Alex.
Oh my God, you sound just like
Alex.
Dave.
We never talked, Dave. Yeah,
Doesn't he
we
sound
never
like
talked.
Dave?
No, but guys, I want to make this point. So listen, when Trump was talking to the female astronauts, this is what I thought the weirdest of it all. But it has nothing to do with Trump. I mean, I don't think the astronauts are anti-Trump, but Trump misspoke and said something like, "Oh, these are the first women to ever, do a spacewalk." And like the female astronaut, immediately corrected him. Was like, "Actually, Mr. President, there's been 14 other women in front of me." And the way she said it, it sounded like she was in some brainwashed MK Ultra cult. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if she didn't stand up for the 14 women before her, they were going to spank her with paddles and put candle wax on her nipples or like some sort of weird initiation. Like, there's something weird going on there. And then, like, you look at Mark Kelly, his wife is faking as a gunshot victim. Like, these NASA people are evil. The fact that they can look us in the face and tell us they're in space when it looks like they're in a pool. I mean, how can you tell me they're on a machine going 17,000 miles an hour and she's using a drill like she's laying a piece of plywood? I mean, Dave, they said at one point they said they're changing the space radiator. They
Wait a minute.
They use the word radiator, and I go, are they driving a Ford Explorer up to fucking space? What's going on? A space radiator? I almost had a heart attack.
Oh man, psychopaths, man, psychopaths.
All right. Hold on, let me make a few comments here. I was watching for a while, and they're out there. First, there's tarps and wires and all sorts of stuff that's just surviving with a 500 swing in temperature, 500 degree swing in temperature. But they're out there for I don't know how long, and then they finally said they loosened a bolt. That's all they did. They loosened the bolt to get ready.
Yeah.
Wait, guys, why would you send people outside to do shit like that?
Okay.
Why?
The other thing is, let's talk about these women.
Okay, let's
these
talk.
Women. Ready? I'm going to throw you a curveball, both of you. You ready?
Okay, here it comes.
They're not women. They're men.
Maybe one of them does look like a man. One of them does honestly look like a transgender.
Just look into it. I hate going down that path, but they're men.
It's okay. We're on TFR. You can get away with saying that here.
All right, and one other thing. No, I'm not going to even say it. I can't say it.
Go ahead. You can say it here. Oh, I can't?
Look at the design of the spacesuit, the women's spacesuit. I can't even say it. I can't say it.
I'll say it for you because you told me.
Sorry. It has something to do with a camel's foot.
What about
he says check for a camel toe.
Is he Michelle Obama? Michelle.
No, that's
okay. Listen, guys, I'm telling you that.
But
did y'all see when they had the woman walk up to the podium in the spacesuit? She looked like she was about to fall over.
Yeah, going up the stairs with the two people.
You guys see that?
She wasn't going to fall over.
Yeah. She can't walk up 4 stairs, but she's supposed to go on a spacewalk going 17,000 miles an hour. And guys, just the sheer fact that they put it in their face so blatantly, dude, they're laughing at us. Like, they must think that we are insane, because anybody the fact that people think satellites are real and that they just orbit the Earth, that we've never seen them, we can't know, there's no space debris. It's like, what do people think we live in? Like the greatest invention of mankind, the satellite. Yet nobody knows how it works, and we just go with it. Oh, they tell us it just falls around the Earth, and we spin around it. It's like, dude, are we mental? It's like that. What's that Hitler thing? The bigger the lie, the more they'll believe it. I actually believe that's true. It's like the bigger load of BS they feed us, the more we want to eat it.
Right. Now they can, see planets crossing suns 600 trillion miles away, and people eat it up like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we can see planets. We can see these suns. It's ridiculous.
Hey, Jeran, look at the pictures of the spacewalk. There's some images that's not on the astronaut suit, but that's from, I guess, other angles, cameras that are set around the space station. Dude, it clearly looks like they're underwater. Like, if I didn't even know anything about flat Earth, anything about NASA at all, I'd be like, dude, this looks like if you took a picture underwater, it doesn't even look that edited, that different. And it's just, well, but this is the last thing I want to say. I know you guys want to talk. I'm huge fans. I love both y'all's stuff. But really, I think with the flat Earth thing, we have to focus on the moon landing, because if you can't convince somebody that we made that up,
Agree.
You can't jump into the realm of the Earth. It's like if somebody's such cognitive dissonance that they can't believe that the government lied to us and that they did lie to us. Oh no, they didn't lie to me. They wouldn't lie. Why would they lie? If you can't get past that, then dude, they're not going to get past their first grade teacher, Mrs. Moorhead, telling them every day, you live on this globe and Christopher Columbus found America. Blah 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 blah. I mean, you're so right. It's this Rothschild indoctrination that we can't get out of. Kids are basically zombies now, but if you can't get to the moon, you can't realize that we fake that, then they're never going to realize that we are on a stationary plane the fact that people don't realize the world circles around us, and that might sound selfish, but if you can't figure that out with your own senses, then you're blind, you're mental. You literally have a disability. Like, you can't tell. Your senses can tell you. If a blind person didn't know what the Earth was, they definitely wouldn't think they're on a spinning rock. I guarantee you that. That's not what they'd guess they were on.
No, I appreciate the call so much, and I can't wait to meet you in Dallas. That's Alex in Dallas. David, get that right?
Dude, didn't that sound like Dave from Zoom Truth? You know what Dave sounds like, right?
Yeah, he's called in a few times. Yeah.
You guys gotta send your DNA into one of those places to see if you're brothers. I guarantee you are.
You might have brothers from different mothers. It could be. All right, let's go to the 208. But Alex, thank you for the call, and hope to meet you in Dallas. Great that you're going to be there. Let's go to the, oh boy, I did it again. Have we gotten the 860? I think so. Yeah,
that was, oh no, you tried it, but they didn't answer.
That's right. Let's go to the 208 for now. You're on with Jeranism RAW. Who's this? 208. I see no voice bars popping up. I'll come back to you. Let's try one more time. 860. You're on with Jeranism RAW. Who's this? 860. I see no sound bars. Let's move to the next person.
Probably my brother.
614. You're on with Jeranism RAW. Who's this?
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Adam from Columbus. How are you?
Adam, friend of the show. How are you?
What's up? Good, man. Awesome. Owen called in. That was sweet. Big fan of his after you guys. Glowbusters was fantastic today or yesterday, whenever it was. That guy, the Nobel laureate, that speech was insane, and the guy drank the coffee. I was rolling.
That was great too. Good time.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And you like that format?
So I'm calling in my. Good.
No, just saying you like that format of just kind of us hanging out and chatting. I enjoy that. And I know.
It was fantastic.
Okay, good. Yeah,
was that Rodrigo? Whatever Nunez.
Yeah, he's good.
Is that who he was on?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
very good. Yeah. Same thing. Somebody else called about Ben and his family, and I have the same thing. But my uncle was a pilot in the Marines. He ended up being a Marine One pilot for 8 years. So he was pilot for W. Bush and the first 4 years of Obama, and so the whole family is thinking I'm insane, and my uncle's in the side room talking to me about it, and he's on my side, but he's letting me hang out to dry with everybody else. So,
nice.
It's all good. It's all good. but yeah, so I just want to call in. Love your guys' stuff, and Glowbusters is great. That was one of my favorite shows that I've heard in a long time. So keep up the good work.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the call. Yeah, David, I really enjoyed, I love when Bob does the show because it's very easy for me, and I like to listen to presentations and things like that. But I do enjoy that format that we kind of did yesterday where I just told the guys, hey, let's just hang out and talk, bring up whatever you want, show whatever you want. Iru showed a good presentation about the Nobel Prize, and we just had a good time chatting. And I think people so far, I've gotten quite a few people text me or message me or Skype me and say they enjoyed that. And so that might be something coming on my channel. We just got to work out a good time since we're all across the plane and many of us have different time zones. And how could the Earth be flat if there's time zones?
You want to hear a slightly pathetic, funny story?
But funny. Yeah, sure.
I've seen Crow's movie 4 times before I went to the presentation, and at the end they had a movie screening, right? And I wanted to stay through the movie screening, of course, because I wanted to talk to people, and there was a question and answer afterwards and whatnot. So I've seen it, and once you've seen it, you've seen it. So I had an earbud in one ear that was facing the wall so nobody could see I had an earbud in, and I was listening to Owen Benjamin on 2-speed while watching the video, taking in both streams of content at the same time, while talking to Richie, the guy next to me who does that live stream with Karen in England. He's from Pennsylvania. I forget his last name, but Richie, good guy. He does those long live streams, flat Earth, mud floods. But having a 3-way intake.
Did your brain blow up?
No, that's only 3. That's only 3 things going on at once.
All right. If you ever put in 2 earbuds, then I'll know you have a problem. If you have one ear,
I would put in 2 earbuds if they could get 2 different streams on them.
Well, you could. You just have to have somebody else's phone.
Right.
But I don't think you'd be able to understand what's going on. Let's go to the 905. You're on with Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Who's this?
It's Brian.
Brian, how are you? From Niagara Falls.
Very well, thanks.
Are you streaming hour 2?
Just want to shout out.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, you are. Thank you very much for doing that.
And hour 1, but.
Okay. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, and I'm sorry I haven't been there.
All right, what's up?
Shout out to Karen B for taking up everything she's done while I've been away. But
I agree.
The Moonlight experiment.
Mm-hmm.
I did mine, and I was just sitting in a park, and my shadow, while I was sitting there for an hour, next to the gravel that was beside the path, complete difference without anything over top or anything blocking it other than my shadow. So
yeah, that one's good. That one's better because
totally colder.
Yeah, and I can't say anything. I mean, I don't know if your shadow is insulating, your body is insulating the heat that would be coming up from the shadow. So I think that's a interesting way to look at it. But thank you so much for calling that in. Anything else?
Live coming up every Monday night.
All right. Well, thank you for doing that. Appreciate
We're
it.
back.
All right. Thanks for the call.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you too. Peace. Okay. So I've got my call board now has like 10 people on it, and I don't know who we've already gotten to. Okay. 208. We'll try one more time. 208. You're on with Jeranism RAW. Are you there? Oh, there you are.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep. We got you. I'm glad I went back to you.
Well, I got a list of things, but there's 2 major things.
Yes.
While you're in Dallas, just make sure you go to the Daily Plaza.
I will, for sure. I'll do a live stream from there.
Okay. Oh, that would be great. I've been there personally. I do work in Dallas.
Do they let you go to the 6th floor of the book depository? Will they let you go up there or no? You can't actually go out.
I didn't try when I was there.
I wonder if they let you look out that window. I doubt it.
Can I bring a BB gun up there and see if I can ping you?
I think you have to go on the tour to do it.
All right. Well, Dave's going to bring a BB gun, and I'll be in the street at the X. We'll see what he can do.
But they do have the spot where he was shot marked on the street.
Yeah, I heard they have an X there. So I'll check it out.
There is.
Close to there. So for sure, I will be there.
And then the other thing was the Project Sunrise. I don't know if you saw that this weekend.
No, what's that? Project Sunrise?
It is 3 flights, two airplanes from New York to Sydney, and 1 airplane from London to Sydney that they are completing. 1 flight from New York to Sydney took off Friday and landed on Sunday with a total of 19 hours and 16 minutes in the air with 50 passengers, and they flew over 10,000 miles.
I will check it out. Project Sunrise. Yeah, I looked it up. You're right. Some flights nonstop from New York to Sydney. All right, I'll look into it.
Yep.
That's a much easier flight than. Go ahead.
Thanks, guys.
I appreciate the call. I will definitely check that out. That's on my list. Let's hang up that call. We're going to try one more time to the 860. This is your last chance to join Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Who's this? Okay, so that call is gone. All right, who do we have here now? We did the 905. Let's try the 714. You're on with Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Who's this? Or is that who we just talked to? 714, you're on the air. Too much background noise. So let's try 209. Very close to me. Oh, wait. Who is this? Is this Enrique?
Hello.
Enrique, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Yourself?
Good. Hey, I just want to get some feedback on some type of experiment, not experiment, or some type of observation.
Okay.
So from you and from Dave. So if you have a camera 100 feet high, right, at sea level or whatever level it is. So there's a camera 100 feet high. There's a building that I know that is 100 feet high, 20 miles away. And like in the middle, it's one of those palm trees that I can see.
Okay.
So basically the palm trees are like 30, 40 feet high.
Okay.
Like an average. Right?
Right.
So so I'm looking at the top of the building, and then if I can see where do you think that the palm trees are going to be? How high? And refer with the building.
Very low. You're talking about a camera. Cameras,
right?
The camera's 100 feet high. Your building's 100 feet high, way off distance. At some point in the middle, there's a palm tree, 30 foot tall.
Yes.
And when you're saying you're going to zoom in with your camera and see where the palm tree lines up with the building?
Yes.
I'm trying to think. If you zoomed in, the palm tree would be up. I don't know. Tell us what you're thinking.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I have two places. that I trying to do this thing. So one, I know the building, and then the palm trees. I find the palm trees like right half away. So it's 10 miles away. The palm trees, and the building is like 20 miles away. So I know the height of the building is 100 feet.
Right.
I can be 100 feet. So I can just get a P900 and then just shoot it straight to the building. But I want to find out where the palm trees will be, because I did one from in the Bay Area, and I know that I put it like 2 feet from the water, and I have the San Rafael Bridge. San Rafael Bridge is 300 feet, I think, something like that. And then the building, the Salesforce building is like 1,000 feet high. So the building represents like 600 feet on the building compared with the building.
Okay, well, I would like to see maybe Eru can 3D model that. Did you get a Skype yet?
Yeah, I'm trying to get that one. Okay. I haven't get it. That's what I call you today. But
yeah, get a Skype.
Just think about it. I mean, 100.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
100 feet and 100 feet, and then the hump is 66 feet between 20 miles.
Okay.
So the palms should be 40. Let's say if in the high place it will be 40. So
I see what you mean.
But I don't know if visually it will be 100. If it will be at the same height of the building.
Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, appreciate the call, Enrique. Now I see what he's saying. He's talking about the palm tree. If you're talking about where the hump would be, or the bulge, and then the palm tree is on top of that bulge, and so okay, I probably can model that at GeoGebra. Okay, thanks for that, Enrique. And get a Skype and contact me. This way we can have Eru model out, because Enrique's been doing some observations over super long distances across California with his camera. So should we try and take one more call? We got one more left, I believe. Let's go to the 928. Quick call. If you've got a quick comment, you're on with Jeranism RAW. Who's this?
Hey, this is Josh. I know it's got to be quick. I just want to say that I love Glowbusters, and last week was actually pretty awesome, the way you guys formatted it. And I think it would be very cool in the form of a podcast. So there's this podcast I used to listen to. They're not so frequent. So maybe
there may or may not be a new one being recorded in the next 48 hours.
Woo! A new one coming out, maybe, possibly.
All right. Sorry about that shot, Dave. But
that's all right.
I love
100% Matt's fault.
It's all Matt's fault.
It's all Matt's fault. And Curious Jay.
Dave's ready to.
And Curious. Okay. No, I love the podcast, Dave. Love Glowbusters, Jeranism, the whole 9 yards. And no, I thought Glowbusters was pretty cool yesterday. The way you guys just kind of laid it out, nice and
back to
open,
my original
you know what I mean?
point. Flat Earth is easy. If you're a flat earther, you just say flat Earth. Everyone goes, yeah, that's awesome. Flat Earth.
All right, thanks, Josh. Appreciate the call. All right. Well, we're not going to pick up any other calls, so thank you guys for calling in. We had a very full call board tonight. That's always
check
fun.
your app. Check the compass.
Let me check. I'm going there right now. It has downloaded. It is updated. Okay.
Compass.
Let me flip it around. Oh, I love the featured video is faking space plumps. Great. Compass. All right. So what's different about it? Teach me real quick, because I'm trying to see. So far, it looks the same.
Then you don't have the new compass.
No, I mean, it's got the yellow lines in there, but what's different?
That's the new compass.
Oh.
It shows you the true north, and then south is every direction, so it's got 4 souths on it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is different. Okay, I got you.
It's way different.
And then if you go to settings, you can change it back to the other one?
You can change it back to your personal view, so you can just use it like a regular compass.
And you can see that west and east are circles?
Yes. I've used it to show people when I say east and west are circles, like, what do you mean? You show them, and they're like, oh.
They get it then, yeah. And that's another, because people don't understand. If you go to a globe, if people don't understand this, north is south of somebody that's, south, right? And south is north of somebody that's north. But east and west don't work that way. If somebody is east of you, it does not mean that you're west of them. It would actually change that up. So I got to do a video on that. Maybe I'll show this compass as part of that. That looks awesome. But appreciate everybody watching. I see we're about to be kicked off the air here as my call board has disappeared. Dave, tell everybody where they can find you one last time.
That's it. Look for a new episode of the Flat Earth Podcast coming up soon. Check out our Facebook page, Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app available on Google Play and Apple. A must-have for flat smacking.
Thank you,
and
guys.
for self-education.
Patreon.com if you want to support me. Venmo at Jeranism. If not, just subscribe.
Truth Frequency Radio is your number one source for news and information without the hate, hype, and fear. We're proud to feature cutting-edge programs like The Christopher Everard Show, The Covert Report with